Welcome back to English class. Dear students, today we are going to do a poem. The name of the poem is The Grasshoppers and the Cricket. And you could find this poem after the lesson, A Short Monsoon Diary. So let's talk about the poet. This poem is written by John Keats, who was born on October 31st, 1795 to Thomas Francis and Janet Keats, one of the key figures in the second generation of the Romantic movement in the English literature. And the poetry of Keats is characterized by sensual imaginary, most notably in the series of Odes. And he was very famous, well-known English poet writer, and yes, he had written many precious poetries and novels. Now, if we talk about this poem, the poem portrays Keats' love of nature and its beauty. The poet draws the picture of two seasons, the summer and the winter. In both the seasons, there are two little, almost invisible singers who keep the scene alive with their melodious singing. In summer, the grasshopper runs from hedge to hedge and leads the summer's luxury. In winter, the song of the cricket creates warmth in a climate which is generally dull and cool. And if we talk about this poem, as the name suggests, the name is Grasshopper and the Cricket. Obviously, we are going to talk about these two things, but Keats has introduced two little creatures, the grasshopper and the cricket, as the title of the poem suggests, to represent the with vitality and joyous mood of nature even in the scorching hot of summer and in bleak and bitter cold of winter, right? And the sonnet is all about how the grasshopper and the cricket carry on with the endless song of earth. Here is the first stanza which we are going to read. And dear students, remember, in this poem, these grasshopper and cricket, they are not creating any story, they are just signifies, they are just symbolize the seasons, right? And in this poem, as we have discussed earlier, the poet has included two seasons, summer and winter. So how these two insects are related, let's get started with the poem. So, first of all, I'm going to read out the first stanza for you. So, please look at your books and listen carefully. And also, hear carefully means how to recite a poem. The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new mound made. This is the grasshopper's, he takes the lead. In summer luxury he has never done, with his delights, for when tired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. So here is the grasshopper, and in this stanza, in this stanza, the poet is talking about the summer season and about the grasshopper. So this poem opens with the poet asserting that the poetry of earth, the voice of nature, is always live. It never dead, right? It is always live. Even when all the singing birds are tired in the hot summer and take shelter under the shady branches of tree, it is given when all the birds are faint with the hot sun, right? It is the, suppose if we talk about the June month, in the month of June in India or in the northern area, we got hot sun, right? So even all the singing birds are tired in the hot summer and take shelter under the shady branches of trees, the nature's song can still be heard. Nature's song, and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run, right? So where a voice which runs then from hedge to hedge and around the freshly cut grassland. Here is given mid, which means grasslands, is the grasshoppers. That is the grasshopper, he takes the lead. Means when all the singing birds are fainting with the hot summer and got tired, then grasshoppers take the lead and started the singing. And the grasshopper has the luxury of taking over the duty of carrying on with the everlasting song of earth in summer. As he is never done with his delights, the grasshopper is fun living and cheerful in summer. He takes rest under the pleasant weeds only when he is tired out with fun. So here in summer luxury he has never done with his delights, means he never got bored, right? He was full of enthusiasm, he was very fun loving, he is very fun loving and cheerful in summer season. When the scorching hot sun disturbed others, at the same time grasshoppers feels very pleasant, very fun. He is very fun loving and cheerful, okay, and he takes rest under the weed, under the grass only when he's tired out with fun. And obviously many students of you have seen this insect in the field, right, of green color, right? And if in the at the time of afternoon when the very silence, because of the hot summer there is silence everywhere, or in the night when there is silence everywhere, but still you are able to hear a voice, and that is the voice of grasshopper, right? So in the stanza the grasshopper is signifies the summer season, symbolize the summer season. Let's talk about the para 2, stanza 2. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. On a long winter evening, when the frost has roused a silence from the stove their shrills. The cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. Right? So now we are talking about the second stanza, and in this stanza the poet is talking about the winter. The poet repeats the main theme of the poem, that is the voice of earth never comes to an end. The poetry of earth is ceasing never, right? Ceasing never means never comes to an end. In an isolated winter evening when frost has put everyone, fog, frost, like in today's time, right? We are not able to see the sun, okay? Everywhere we are able to see the frost and the fog only, and it is a cool winter season. So in this season when the frost has put everyone and everything to silent mode, you can still hear the song of cricket, insect cricket, coming from the stove. So the chilly atmosphere forces the cricket to seek warmth indoors but cannot stop his music. Rather, his music gets louder with time, in warmth increasing ever. So a cricket song in warmth increasing ever, right? His music gets louder with time. To a man who is feeling sleepy here and seems to one in drowsiness. Drowsiness means feeling sleepy. Okay, so the man who is feeling sleepy, the cricket song sounds like the grasshopper's voice among some grassy hills. Okay, if you are feeling sleepy means you are not conscious completely. Obviously, you can relate that this cricket sound is just like the grasshopper. Okay, but grasshoppers used to sing in the summer. Okay, so the poet means that the people like to feel the warmth of summer even in the bleak winter by mistaking the cricket song for the grasshopper. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. As we know that grasshoppers in the are used to sing in the summer, but the poet is relating these two things, means if we are in winter we need warmth, and we could relate the voice of cricket with the grasshopper in the winter season to get warmth from their voice. Okay, so to poetry means that the people like to feel the warmth of the summer even in winter by mistaking the cricket song for the grasshopper, right? So in these two stanza the poet says that the grasshopper and the cricket carry on with the nature's persistence music. No matter what the season is or how the atmosphere remains, though they are two very little insects, they take the big responsibility. That is why the poet has used personification on them by capitalizing their names and using personal pronouns like he and his. Okay, and remember, dear students, the rhyming scheme, okay, like you can see here in the first stanza, a sun run, med led, done fun. Okay, so these are the rhyming words for the stanza 1. So in this way you have to find you have to prepare yourself with the rhyming words also. And I hope you all have understood and enjoyed this beautiful small poem. Thank you so much.